In this video, we talk about Homeowners Association, how they're governed, and what value it brings to homeowners. That's starting right now.
Welcome to Home Buyers School, brought to you by Brookfield Residential.
Hi everyone, Carl here. Welcome to another Home Buyer School video, a channel where you get the latest strategies, tactics, and tips from home buying experts. And remember, if this is your first time on this channel and you want to get the latest strategies from the experts, hit the subscription button below, hit the little notification bell so you don't miss anything. Today, I'm joined by Heather Cockerline, Community Experience Lead with Brookfield Residential. And today we're talking about Homeowner Associations. So this is part one of a two-part video. Make sure you catch the second part. We'll link it in the description below.
Okay.
So Heather, so to begin with, what is a Homeowners Association?
The Homeowners Association is basically a venue that we can bring people together.
Okay.
So it does that in a few different ways. We sometimes do it through a facility, but we can also just do it through programming throughout a community. So we provide signature programs, we provide enhanced landscaping, just ways for people to just get to know their neighbors. Yeah, exactly.
And so a homeowners association doesn't necessarily have to have like a building. So like we're currently in a homeowner association, right? But let's say if your community is maybe smaller or maybe there's no requirement for one, I think it's more of like, wouldn't you say it would be just a group of homeowners in that community getting together to do things, or is it a little bit more structured than that?
It's a little bit more structured from our point of view. So for instance, if you don't have a facility, we still want to make sure that people have pride of ownership in their community. So the way we take care of that is through things like enhanced landscaping. Maybe we snow clear all of the pathways in the winter so that people can remain active throughout the, even through the winter months. And it can even just be doggy stations that people are keeping the community clean and tidy. So just showing respect for each other's neighbors. And then there's other times that we'll have enhanced seasonal lighting so that it's, again, just a sense of pride in the community.
So Heather, what does a homeowner association include? Because I would imagine it would be different for different communities based on location, right? Like since we're in Alberta, you'd have homeowner associations maybe geared toward winter activities. But if you're in Arizona, you probably have homeowner associations geared toward probably summer activities, right?
Yeah, exactly. So homeowners associations, they can take on many different aspects. So the biggest thing is that even within Calgary or Edmonton, by community, it could look very different.
Yeah.
So ultimately, the Homeowners Association is run for the residents, by the residents. So they basically will determine what programs need to happen through the Homeowners Association.
And what amenities would you typically find? Like I know we talked about how there may or may not be a facility, but is there usually like a gathering center? Like what would that look like, some amenities?
So if it does have a facility, it would have, basically a facility.
Okay.
And in that facility, it's varying on how big they are, right? But so some of them would have a skating rink. Some would have a gymnasium within the facility. Maybe there's a splash park, tennis courts. Just all of those different things. So it really depends on the size of the facility and the land that it's on.
So Heather, you mentioned that homeowner associations are run by the residents. How does that all work? Like how are they governed?
So Homeowners Association is a not-for-profit organization and it's run by the Companies Act. So they have a president, they have a secretary. And they have a board of directors, a full board of directors. And
I think, like they have like just like a company, they have like a annual general meeting.
Exactly.
Do you vote your board in? Like the homeowners in the community vote whoever they want representing them?
They do, exactly. Yeah, and so they have several meetings every year. If it's not quarterly, then it's several meetings a year, just to ensure that bylaws are being followed, if anything needs to be adjusted. The board actually acts as the voice of the entire community for anything that has to do with homeowners associations issues or or anything else like that.
They have their just like a company. They have their operating budgets,
Exactly,
and things like that. Okay.
And then those operating budgets would go to everybody within the community.
Oh, okay. Is that set? How is that? Is that set before the community is entirely developed, or while that's developing? How does that kind of work? Because I could see, let's say a community is just starting development, and you have a couple residents in. How does that homeowner association start there, or does it start after everything's built
It
up?
actually starts way before that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so as we're developing out the land, we have to put encumbrances on title.
Okay.
That's part of the process. So that's already, the budget is already created, but it's adjusted every year, to your point, as more people come into the neighborhood.
Yeah. How are the rules of the Homeowner Association, how are they developed?
They're developed through the board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are Homeowner Association rules kind of the rules where you set people's you shall cut your grass to this length, or you shall have a fence that's no higher than this length?
No.
Okay.
No. They might have homeowners associations like that in the United States, but it's not like that here, especially in Alberta.
Yeah.
So our homeowners associations have nothing to do with the people's physical home.
Okay.
It's about providing opportunities for people to live and explore their neighborhood and create those connections. So anything in the bylaws and the rules and regulations of the HOA would only have to do with maintaining the facility or maintaining the landscaping in and around the entire community, but not specific to people's homes.
Got it. And when you talk, we quickly touched on community maintenance, what is the responsibility of the homeowner in terms of maintaining their community?
Well, I think that comes back to pride of ownership, right? So we do as much as we possibly can through the Homeowners Association to make sure, like I mentioned earlier, maybe doggy stations or making sure that pathways are cleared so people are able to keep active through the winter months. But it's just being, it's common courtesy and how you deal with your neighbors.
So finally, the last question I have is there a difference between a homeowners association in a condo style development versus a single family development?
No, we're really fortunate because people who live in a condo, or if you live in a single family home, everybody gets the same advantages of being part of the homeowners association.
Perfect. And that's part one of the homeowner association. Watch above or below in the description for part two. Do you have anything else to add?
No, I think that's all.
So the question of the day for you is, do you live in a community with a homeowners association, and what has your experience been? Let us know in the comment section below. And remember, if you liked this video or found it useful, hit the thumbs up button, remember to comment, and remember to subscribe. Thank you, and we'll catch you next time.
That's another edition of Homebuyer School. Tune in next time for more expert tips and tricks. And visit homebuyersschool.ca to bring you one step closer to finding your dream home. As with everything, it would be great if you like and share our videos. Also, please let us know if you have any home buying questions you want us to answer.